Hello. We are going to be doing lesson 21, which is the last lesson of module 3. This lesson will only take place in one day. Lately we've been doing 2 days. This lesson will just happen on one day. So you need to start, well, I'm going to get back to this in just a minute because there's a couple of other things I want to talk about before we go there. I am going to remind you that you need, if you haven't already, to come to pick up your math book, the new math books that we just got here at school. Module 4 starts on Monday, November 30th, which is after we come back from the Thanksgiving break. And you do need to have a copy of this. Your teacher has it available for you. So if you haven't picked that up, you need to do that as well. And I would also like to tell you that besides the math lesson today, we are going to be taking our online test for Module 3, which will be today, Monday the 24th, and it is a Google form that will be listed on our calendar for you to be able to take to see how well you did on the assessment. One thing I would like to remind you is to be very careful that when you're writing your name, that you spell your name correctly and that you make sure that you circle who your homeroom teacher is. Sometimes you don't circle the correct teacher, and sometimes we don't know who you are because we can't read what you wrote. So make sure that you're writing your name and spelling it correctly, and that you circle this would be your homeroom teacher. So just because Miss Starr is teaching you math every day, you are not circling Miss Starr. If you are in Mrs. Cap's class for homeroom, you need to circle Miss Cap. If you're in Miss Mulder's class for homeroom, you need to circle Miss Mulder. If you're in my homeroom, you will circle Miss Starr, but if you're in Mrs. Smith's homeroom, you'll circle Miss Smith. Please do not circle Miss Starr just because I teach math. You need to make sure that you're circling your homeroom, or not circling, but clicking on your homeroom teacher. That way it's easy for us to be able to find the scores. So we're finishing up the Module 3 today, and we'll be taking the assessment for Module 3 as well once we get finished with the lesson. All right, so let's get back to our lesson for today. You are going to be doing the sprint. Remember that it is a 1-minute timing, and once you've done your 1-minute timing and you've corrected your work, if you haven't finished the rest of the sprint, you really need to do that. That seems to be a question a lot of people have at this point, is that you need to be finishing the sprint after you've done the 1-minute timing and you've checked your work. These sprints are very important, and they help you to be able to learn your math facts and patterns faster. So you're going to be doing the sprints today. For your warm-up, there is a A side and a B side. You need to watch the video for lesson 21 before you start the problem set. It will be very useful to you if you do. So then you're going to be doing the problem set, and there are several pages of that. You're also going to be doing the homework page, as well as, the homework page is kind of short today. It's only 1 page. And then, of course, you have your exit ticket that you need to send to your homeroom teacher. You're going to be sending that to your teacher just like we have been doing all the time. Do be sure that you put your name on it. That's very helpful for your teacher to know exactly whose paper has just come in. And the date is also useful to us so that we can keep track of your grades for your report card that will be coming out not too far from now. We're about halfway through the second quarter. So go ahead and pause the video, do your sprint. Then you need to watch Mr. Waldorf is teaching this lesson today, and then I'll be back and show you what the solutions or the answer key to the problems that you're working today. All right, so with that, pause the video. Are you back? Okay, let's take a look at the answers for this week, or for this sprint, for Sprint 21. Pause the video and check your work to see if you've done a good job there. Please remember, wherever you got to, if you got this far, that's fantastic. You do need to finish the rest of the sprint. You need to be finishing that every time. Let's take a look at B. So you're going to pause the video and check B. Remember, you need to finish the problems you didn't get done once you've checked your answers. And now I'm coming over to the practice page, the problem set. You can see the counting that you needed to do. You can just pause the video and check your work there. Then over to the next page. Here is what you need for this problem set. Check your work, and if you're not getting those patterns right, you need to go and figure out why you're having a difficult time. And if you need to, you can always go back and watch Mr. Waldorf a second time. You could also use your place value chart and your value discs to figure things out if that's helpful to you. And then here is the homework page. Same thing on this. If you need to use your value discs to help, that would be great. Hopefully you're doing really well on these bottom couple. They're a little more tricky. And of course, once you have that completed, you need to send your exit ticket to your teacher. You really should not do the exit ticket until after you have completed all of the classwork, that you've watched the video, and you make sure that you're well prepared to be able to do the exit ticket. So we are now finished with Module 3, and we'll be starting Module 4 when we start school again after the break. You have a great day of learning, and see you later.